Alrighty guys, thank you for tuning in. Please consider liking and subscribing, also commenting on the video. That all helps the YouTube algorithms, helps push the content around for more people. If you would like to support my work, link to the Patreon, PayPal, all that stuff is in the description. Now without further delay, enjoy the feature presentation. So there's this gentleman who I've been watching a couple videos on, very intrigued by his testimony. Name is Oliver Anthony. First, I'm going to show you a couple of clips of Joe Rogan mentioning him, which is where I first heard of him. Joe Rogan is talking to Hulk Hogan to set some things up. Then I want to show you a few other clips and then play you a little bit of the video. Hopefully not enough that YouTube gets mad at me and they just treat it like it is a review.
Do you know who Oliver Anthony is?
No, I don't.
He's this guy who was the #1 song in the country, and he recorded it in his backyard in Virginia.
Is this the red-haired kid we're talking
Yes.
about? Oh, yeah.
So this guy gave himself to Christ like 30 days ago, and
Wow.
and was having all sorts of problems with substance abuse and the normal chaos, and he hit rock bottom. And this guy doesn't have a label. He's not attacked. He won't sign anything. People are trying to get him to sign things. They're offering him like millions of dollars. And he's like, nope. The
way Joe was describing him, he seemed like this is somebody I need to look at. I want to see, what they're about, what they're doing. And then I actually was pleasantly surprised that he was joining Joe Rogan on a podcast. So I'm going to play 2 clips from that.
I have to be careful with what I say because I don't, like, my shit stinks. Like, I'm nobody special and I'm not here to preach to anybody, but I'm telling you, like, giving things to God, for me, alleviated 99% of what, like, I had when I kind of had this breakdown moment and decided that I was going to let whatever ego I had go, and just at this point it's like I knew I didn't have much left in for me anyway, and I wanted to serve whatever purpose it was that I was here to serve. It's like you get this just overwhelming feeling in you. I was just crying like a baby, just this very like warm feeling throughout me, and that really hasn't gone away since. Like I'm not the guy that can play in front of 12,000 people on guitar. I would be like, I mean, I had never played a paid gig. When we played the show at the farm market where Jamie Johnson showed up, that was my first paid gig. Like, I'm not a guy to go out and play live shows, but I can tell you I was so like, I was just so at peace being up there. Like, it just felt like that's where I was supposed to be.
Now, what I really like about this clip that we just went through is that, like, he's humble, he's down to earth. And one thing I like to tell people is that I'm not perfect. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I'm not the most knowledgeable guy in the room. I'm not, perfect. I make mistakes. And I love hearing other people acknowledge that, because I think sometimes online and YouTube, there's too many people inflating their ego and pretending like, as this guy said, crap doesn't stink.
Proverbs 4:20, which I thought you would like. So if there's anything better.
Perfect. Read it. Preach.
My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart. For they are life to those who find them, and health to one's whole body. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Keep your mouth free from perversity. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil. But
That's pretty fucking profound.
Proverbs is like that. Like, it's not preachy. It's not what you think. Like, it's good guidance. It's like good guidance that you would want a father to give to his son.
Yeah, and I wanted to include this last clip that you just saw because it's amazing when you think about it. Like, a lot of things that people talk about or mention from the Bible, like the words of wisdom that come from the Old Testament, like this was a guidance. This was something that, guided us for a couple thousand years. I think fault of the church now, and a fault of myself at times, is that we let these words of wisdom get away from us. And then when we're face to face with a crisis, we don't have those right in our heart. So I encourage everybody to crack open the Bible, take a look, take a read. Now I'm going to review the video, so there'll be a slight cut because I've got to cut the sound out of this so I can paste the video in. All kinds of technical mumbo jumbo that you don't care about, nor do you need to know.
My soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men, know the rich men.
Guys, so I wanted to stop the video there. One, I don't want to play the full song. I don't know how YouTube addresses or acts to that kind of stuff yet, but please go to his channel. I'll put the link in the description to listen to the full one. I loved the raw emotion. I loved just what seemed like the genuine person that came out. I looked into some of the other things to get, so what does he mean when he says certain things in the song? Seems like a very down-to-earth person. He seemed to be scolding like far-right people who were trying to use this as some kind of extreme bandwagon, and scolding far-left people for doing the same and saying, hey, you guys are all part of the problem. And then I start thinking, well, not just them, but us. Like, we are part of the problem. And then he made this one line, which wasn't in the part of the video that I reviewed here, but was in the later part where he talks about, like, you know, eating and the comfort food and all that stuff. And I heard somebody say, well, that's fat shaming. Well, no, he's pointing out a real issue that, like, people like me who have been heavy set, I'm working on trying to lose weight, but I suffer from eating disorder. Like, I can go to the extreme of not eating at all or to the extreme of overeating. So I recognize, like, when he's talking about, like, comfort food. And then when he's talking about, like, the fact that I live in a place or in a scenario or society where at times I can afford to overeat, but then at the same time, there's these people on the street who can't afford to eat. And, you know, they would like a little food. They would like, you know, a little bit of comfort, a little bit of enjoyment. So it starts putting things into perspective, like, what can I do to help them, to benefit others, and not just myself? But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Also, look in the video description. I'll put a link to the full music video in the channel. And until next time, guys, take care of one another.
I go hard in the paint, yeah, homie, I'm a saint. Ride or die.